Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. Today we are celebrating the most wonderful time of the year, Halloween time. And yes, I know it's August, but you know what? The first Not So Scary Halloween party just kicked off, so clearly to Disney it is Halloween time. And I love Halloween. It is my favorite holiday of the entire year. You know how people say like Christmas keeps creeping in earlier and earlier in the year? I wish Halloween would keep doing that, so we were just celebrating it 10 months out of the year. That would make me so happy. But instead I'll have to settle for Disney launching their parties in August, which is fine with me. And if you're watching this, you're probably questioning whether Not So Scary is actually worth the cost. After all, at least in Disney World, an adult ticket is $75, a child ticket is $70, so you're not really saving much there. And when you have multiple people in your party, your family, it adds up. So is it really worth the extra cost? Because you do need a ticket to enjoy the park for the hours that the party's happening. Otherwise you get kicked out of Magic Kingdom early. I have been to Not So Scary Halloween Party 2 times. I'm looking forward to hopefully doing it again soon. Maybe not this year, but I'm hoping next year. And I totally think that it is worth it for these 5 reasons. Now, if these 5 reasons I start talking about sound terrible to you, then it is 100% not for you. But if any of these, a few of these, sound appealing, then maybe it is worth the $75. So number 1 is exclusive character meet and greets. I'm talking characters in cool costumes. So you've got the Fab Five that are all wearing their Halloween costume for the year, as well as other characters like Chip and Dale and Daisy and a bunch of others that are in their actual costumes. And then you've got some original meet and greets like the 7 dwarves. Yes, you can meet all 7 of the 7 dwarves. They're actually usually one of the longest lines at Not So Scary because it's such a rare meet and greet. But if characters are your thing, or if they're your kids' thing, if you really like the idea of taking photos that you cannot get any other time of the year in very unique costumes, then that's a really big appeal for people. Number 2 is villains. Some of my favorite Disney characters, believe it or not, are villains, and I think that goes for a lot of people, and we don't get to see a lot of them around the parks. There is that Villains in Vogue store in Hollywood Studios, but the merchandise has really changed in there. It used to be very villain-centric. Now it feels like they're kind of pushing a lot of that out, and you just don't really see a presence of villains that I think a lot of fans would like. So for Halloween, of course, villains are a main part of merchandise and shows and all of that good stuff. You have the Hocus Pocus stage show that, yes, has the 3 witches from Hocus Pocus, which is amazing in and of itself. Somebody who grew up with that movie, I think it's so cool that they added that. I actually haven't seen it because I haven't been since they changed this new stage show. But in that stage show, you've got a bunch of villains that appear, and it's super, super fun. There's villain meet and greets. I mean, this is really the time for people who enjoy villains. So if that's your thing, then this really might be appealing for you to go to the party. Number 3 is another exclusive, and that is fireworks and parades that you'll never see any other time of the year. That's the Hallowishes fireworks and the Boo to You parade. I love the Boo to You parade. It is one of my favorite parades. In fact, it pretty much is my favorite on Disney World property, and as far as all Disney properties go, the only one that beats it out for me is Paint the Night. I love Boo to You, if only, and not only, I mean I love all of it, but because of that Haunted Mansion float and the Gravedigger characters, you're not going to see that anywhere else, and obviously Haunted Mansion is a huge fan favorite, so seeing that is awesome. The music is so good. It's just a really, really fun parade. And then Hallowishes is still very impressive, though now I guess feels more dated after Happily Ever After coming out, which obviously uses technology in such an amazing way, but it still has a great finale and it's just so much fun. You've got some Nightmare Before Christmas music in there, you've got Haunted Mansion music in there, you've got a whole bunch of cool stuff that you don't normally hear during a fireworks show. So again, if night shows are for you, if that's something you really, really like and you want to see something you've never seen before, that is a very big draw. Number 4 is generally less wait times on rides. Granted, the bigger rides will always have a bit of a wait. Seven Dwarfs is probably always going to have a wait. But because you're paying for a ticketed event that is limited to a certain number of people, it's not going to be the same as being in Magic Kingdom in the middle of the day with like all of the general public. So you're still going to have less of a wait on rides, especially as you're getting later into the night and as families start to go home a bit early. So if you're a group of adults or you have kids that have it in them to really stay to the end, you're going to find that last hour and a half of the party is prime time to get on the rides, especially if you've seen like the first iteration of the parade. Then you can take some time later in the night to go on the rides. And you're going to find that most of them, if not a walk-on, are only going to be about a 20-minute wait, which is really awesome. And number 5, this is definitely a preferential thing. You either love doing this or you hate doing this, but you get to dress up in costume. And like, it could be in the middle of September. It doesn't have to be Halloween. And you get to dress up in a costume and enjoy that. And I think that is so, so cool. The rules in Disney World do not allow adults to dress up as characters any other time of the year, but they are allowed to during the Halloween parties, and you're gonna see some amazing costumes. And by no means do you have to dress up as a Disney character. A lot of people do, but there's no like rule there that says you have to be a Disney character. People dress up as all sorts of different things, and if that's your jam, if you like being creative and coming up with cool costumes, then you're gonna love this. And if you love looking at other people's amazing costumes, you're gonna love it. I remember seeing so many costumes that were really creative and original and funny or scary, and they were all really great and cool to look at, and that's a really big draw for me. I really enjoy seeing people's creativity in that way. And kind of a 5.5 bonus to throw in there is lots of candy. I mean, what else do you get to trick-or-treat as an adult? If I grabbed a bag and walked around my neighborhood now as a 31-year-old adult without a kid by my side, people are gonna give me the stink eye. But I can go to Disney World, you all get a bag, and I can go to their trick-or-treating pads as many times as I want. And yes, sometimes I made multiple loops. And get my candy. And then if there's anything I didn't like, well, I sat there in the hotel room with my friends and we traded, you know? Best part of trick-or-treating when I was a kid was getting home and trading with my brother and my mom taking her candy tax for taking us out, right? That's the thing. Moms take candy tax, right? Totally gonna do that when I have kids. So I loved reliving that aspect of Halloween as an adult at Disney and not feeling judged or weird for it. So that's a little bit of a bonus reason to go. So those are my reasons that I think Not So Scary Halloween Party is worth it. If you love the party and there's a different reason that I haven't mentioned, you can let me know in the comments below. If you haven't been to a party and the reason you've landed here is because you're trying to figure out if you want to go and you have a question, you can also let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe because I make videos every single week. And I love hanging out with you guys. Even though it is a small community, we are mighty and we are great. And I love speaking with all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of the day. Bye.